Here we are. We are live. It is the Saturday, the 26th of July, 2025. This is service number 278, and the theme is supposed to be kindness. I'm Rabbi Brian. I'm glad that you guys are here. I am joined, as always, by a lovely group of people. Here's the lovely group of people. People, would you wave to the folks who are watching later? And if you're watching on YouTube later, you can wave, and in some mystical, woo-woo, spiritual way, we'll feel that love. Why not? I had a few announcements to make. First of all, if you are expecting that this service is going to scratch all of the itches that you happen to have, hi Rita, hi Carol, hi Diana, hi Missy, hi Justin, hi Holly. All these people just joined. Hi Rebecca. I've said hello to all the other people. Glad to see all of you. If any of you has the thought that Rabbi Brian is going to pitch a perfect game, that this service, nobody is going to say anything that doesn't irritate or raise a little bit of ire or rancor. If you think this is going to be a perfect service, you are right, as so long as you lower your standards. If you seriously, if there's a part of this service that is going off the rails and you don't like how things are going, find me afterwards or send me a text message. Let me know what you didn't like. And I want to tell a quick little story about this. So the kids, Emmett and Annie, are still little. Let's say they're 5 and 7. And we're in Annie's bedroom, and I'm reading stories from the Berenstain Bears, and I am hitting it perfectly. I am cracking the kids up with my voices, and we are laughing, and we get to the end of the book, and the kids say, "Do it again." And you're all laughing because you know that I couldn't. And they were disappointed that Dad couldn't make the book funny the second time the way Dad made it funny the first time. I think there's some correlation to this service. There might be one of these services that you came to that was Berenstain Bears read on hilarity mode. And there might be a service. Any which way, it's back to the thing I started with. This is not going to be a perfect service for anyone. But I'm glad that you're here. I'm super glad that you're here. I do have an announcement. John is not with us today, but it's John's birthday and Marilyn's birthdays today. And we have a tradition here of singing happy birthday to the person whose birthday it is, should they want happy birthday to be sung. Marilyn, are you in or out? Would you like your name to be sung in the happy birthday?
Sure, it was Thursday. Thank you.
It was Thursday, but we weren't meeting on Thursday. And John's birthday as well. So we're going to sing a happy birthday. I know John will watch this service later. So if you all would please unmute your microphones and sing a beautiful happy birthday to John and to Marilyn. And here we go.
Are we just doing it once? Or are we doing
We're going to sing happy birthday, and we're going to say to John and Marilyn all in. I don't think we need to.
Okay, got it.
We'll do a group birthday. So let's try it. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, John and Marilyn. Happy birthday to you. Many more. I think the more we do this, the more I love it. And I know at first I didn't, but I love that this is all about intention, right? It's the intention of what we're doing, and we're all singing as best we can, and it comes off dissonant. But there's so much heart in it that it comes off loving. And it brings me to this quote we're going to talk about. Let me see if I had anything else on my beginning notes. Yes, I do. We're going to start with this. It's a wellness check by Andrea Gibson. In any moment, on any given day, I can measure my wellness by this question. Is my attention on loving, or is my attention on who isn't loving me? In any given moment, on any given day, I can measure my wellness by this question. Is the horrible singing of Happy Birthday annoying, or is the horrible singing of Happy Birthday something that I find endearing?
879-152. 879-152.
Oh, hi, Steph. We just lost Steph for a second. Glad you were here. We've talked in the past about this mythical thing called a spiritual barometer. And I want to just circle back to it because Happy Birthday is like a spiritual barometer. A spiritual barometer is a thing that you know in your life happens with enough regularity, and there are times that you're annoyed by it, and there are times that you find it charming and fine, and I refer to those things as a spiritual barometer. Bad architecture, there are days that I laugh and I go, oh my God, what were they thinking to build that kind of building? And there are days where I look at it and I think, I'm going to drive my minivan into that car to keep, into that structure to keep anyone from having to see such a terrible thing. There's same stimulus, but I can see the difference in my response, and I have a chance to know how am I doing today. I'd love to hear from you. What is a spiritual barometer in your life? Does anyone have one? And Meg is holding up a sign. Meg, can you read us your sign, please?
It says slobriety.
Could you explain to us what does slobriety mean with regard to a spiritual barometer?
No.
Okay, can you tell us why were you saying slobriety? I think I now know, and I'm walking straight into this.
Yes, you are walking straight into it. I think that things would flow better if you slowed down a little bit. But I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to slow down, you can slow down. If you want to,
I can play this game too, Meg. If I find Meg's interruption and telling me to slow down annoying, I know I'm in a fouler mood than if I see Meg interrupting and telling me to slow down and say, oh my God, she loves me enough to do that. I can know what my mood is. I think dogs have it easier. Oh, my guy's not here right now. Dogs, well, maybe they don't know when their tails are wagging. We don't have tails. We don't get to know if we're doing well or not based on our tail wag. I know if I'm doing well or not somewhat by how fast am I going. Anyone have another thing of to speak on a spiritual barometer, or I can slowly move? But I'm gonna pause for a moment and see what kind of comments we have here. Go ahead, Holly, and then Maria.
Okay.
I think maybe a good indicator of my spiritual barometer is, am I feeling sorry for myself today, or am I feeling gratitude for even simple things today?
That's perfect. And that's just like this. Is my attention on loving myself and the world around me, or is my attention on who isn't loving me and what's going wrong? Beautiful. Yeah. Maria.
I come back to peeling hard-boiled eggs all the time because I have hard-boiled eggs.
Is that a metaphor for something?
No. Because I have hard-boiled eggs for my lunch every day, and as I'm peeling them, right, I'm aware of, like, they don't always want to peel cleanly. And so sometimes, like, I can slow down. It's a measure for me of my willingness to slow down and my patience level that I'm having for myself and just for anyone else who happens to interact with me that day. So, and it's a reminder to me to check in with my spiritual barometer when I start peeling my eggs.
Thank you, Maria. Diana, what do you have to add?
I know my spiritual barometer is on the lower end when I find myself being highly reactive, particularly in the aggressive mode, versus, okay, take a pause, get some perspective, then respond, high end.
It does have to know, it does begin with us knowing how we are, and then being able to take the right medicine or the right speed up or slow down or whatever we need. But we have to first know how we are. We have to know if we're in a good mood or a foul mood. We have to be able to see ourselves like that. Thank you, Diana.
Dr. Jack.
Jack? I don't know what just happened.
Jack is muted.
Oh, okay, we're waiting on Jack. Go ahead, Jack.
Kind I have been.
Say that all again, Jack. We didn't hear you.
How kind I have been.
How kind I have been. I can know how well I'm doing. I can know my spiritual barometer based on how kind I have been. And I have said, and I did a book reading, a book talk on Thursday with a group in Wenham, Massachusetts, and they said there's a section in the book that I wrote in 62-point type, so it's really, really large. And it says, with regard to the question, do you believe in God? I don't care about your answer. But with regard, if I asked the last 5 people with whom you interacted, were they kind? I care about that answer very much. And then my beloved friend Meg chirped to me once, said, don't ask the 6th person. And then my beloved friend Meg said something else, which was, when I find that I'm being less than kind to some person, I know I need to make the next 5 interactions positive and kind ones, just in case the rabbi calls. So today we want to talk about kindness. Before we get to that, I do have this card which says something new about last week's service, but I don't want to say that because that wasn't getting me the responses I wanted. So I flipped the card over and I wrote, what did we discuss last week? What did we talk about last week that you remember?
About capitalism.
Antidotes to capitalism.
We talked about antidotes to this society in which we live. And there's a beautiful quote by Krishnamurti, which I didn't bring in last week, which I want to bring in right now. And he said, to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society is no indication of health. I'm going to say that again. To be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society is no indication of health. Okay. And one of the things we did talk about, the antidote to the society we live in, is kindness. And I want to start us in our discussion with kindness with this little cartoon. The little cartoon goes like this. Be kind to everyone. Be kind to everyone, says the person standing on the rock facing the crowd. Wait, says someone in the crowd. Even Gary? Yeah, Gary's the worst, says someone else in the crowd. Look, we've been through this, says the person on top. Yes, be kind to Gary as well. Ha, suck it, losers. Not now, Gary.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to try this. And this was my thought on how we would begin this discussion.
Calling BMO. Merci d'avoir appelé BMO. For service in English, press 1.
All right. And let me thank, there's a myriad of people who are listed as co-hosts. The co-hosts do a great job of muting open mics. I do like to have people's microphones open. So if you have just a quick comment or something you want to say, and say, no, I don't think it's like that, or did you mean this? Please interrupt and say something. Your mic is not muted so that you can participate. Of course, if you have a dog, a cat, or are on hold with an answering automated voice, please mute yourself at that time. Here's a quote I wanted to start with. A thought I wanted to start with. Everyone with whom you interact wants compassion, kindness, and love. Everyone with whom you interact wants compassion, kindness, and love. Give it to them.
Yeah. Even the spam phone calls I get?
It depends. If the spam caller's name is Gary, I think, George, even unto... I just said it biblically because it seemed like a fun time to do that. Even unto the Garys of the world. Yea, even unto the Garys. Give me an exception. Yes, Connie. Oh my God, I think I know where this is going to go. This is going to be hard.
All right,
go ahead. Go, Connie.
Exception. Harold gets phone calls daily from a group of people who want us to change our Medicare. And it's getting to the point of ridiculousness.
Yeah.
And it is just, so what do you do?
Hang up.
He answers the phone and then that comes up and then he clicks down.
If you are, oh, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you are very kind and listen to them and ask to be taken off the list legally, you have to be taken off the list and you will not get calls. And it works. My husband used to have a call center thing.
Thank you, Sherry.
And I do not get any calls.
Good.
That's good to know.
And you can also go online and block your number from those calls.
Oh, well, we've tried that.
Yeah.
They just do a different number.
They do
Okay.
a different number.
And you block your own phone number.
How, Sherry, we don't know how to do that. How do we make our own phone number?
Google.
What am I Googling?
It's a government website. How to block calls.
I have a feeling one of the lovely people who's on right now has an extra moment to Google and will tell us in about 5 minutes how to do such a thing.
But if you listen and ask them kindly, they will remove you.
Thank you, Sherry.
If it's a reputable operation.
So I will admit, in 2 hours and 40 minutes time, I will be making phone calls to people on behalf of the political views that I have. Oh, the IRS has just changed things, so I'm allowed to endorse politicians by name now as a religious official. So thanks, IRS. I'm not used to doing that. Yeah. They just, yeah. It's part of the big, bold, beautiful new world that we're coming into. The IRS said you are no longer going to lose tax-exempt status for endorsing political candidates from the pulpit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's scary.
They didn't know you were a rabbi, though.
So officially, and this was that some clerk made a mistake. Religion Outside the Box is registered as a 501c3 tax-exempt, not-for-profit religious organization, and it got categorized as a church. And I called, and the only way to get that fixed is I have to call my senators and have my senators fix it. But I took the higher road and thought, I think my senators have more important things to do than change my status from a church to something else. So I'm just leaving it sit. It might actually keep me safer in this new world. Who knows? Go ahead, Diana. You have your hand up.
What if you're just depleted?
Mm.
It makes me think of giving. When I just,
Everyone with whom you interact wants compassion, kindness, and love. Give it to them. Do I write even if you're depleted?
Question.
I'm waiting to hear from the group. Oh, if you're new here, I learned a lot from 12-step groups, which is that the wisdom is not in the person in the front of the room. The wisdom is in the room, and a lot of you have a lot of wisdom. So let's see. I don't have an answer to this question. I just amplified the thing that Diana just said. So even if you are depleted.
Question mark.
Well, I wrote 2 aphorisms this morning I'd like to say, which may help a little bit.
Go ahead, Jack.
Okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Spontaneous kindness is sacred grace when bestowed without thought of self.
Hilaire?
Jack, hold on one second. Not all of us are auditory processors, and I'm going to ask you to repeat that so that we can hear your words again. Because, Jack, I'll be honest. Oh, we got a loose microphone going on again. Jack, you speak, and sometimes it's like the Sphinx. And I'm like, I know there's wisdom in there, but I didn't get it the first go around. So can you give it to us again, Jack?
All right, this one is called spontaneous kindness.
Spontaneous kindness
is sacred grace when bestowed without thought of self.
Kindness is grace without thought of self. I think you're onto it. It's not answering Diana's question at the moment yet.
This one might. Heart kindness given is eventually heart kindness returned.
Oh, heart kindness given is eventually is a good word in there. Heart kindness returned. If you do good turns for people, good turns will come back towards you, the kinder you are to others. And Susan was just telling us a story before we started the recording on that. And I'd love to hear your voice again, but let me take Susan, if you want to keep sharing, if you raise your little electronic hand, do you know how to do that? That's your physical hand. I'm going to count you in. That's fine. We're going to put you right after Holly. Let's do Ron, then Holly, then Susan.
Okay, first, before I say what I was going to say, I want to quote Aviva in the chat, who said, "When depleted, silence is kind."
When depleted, silence is kind. Hot diggity, Aviva. So glad you're here.
Yeah,
when depleted, silence is kind. So let me just bring that back to here. Everyone with whom you interact wants compassion, kindness, and love. Give it to them. Even if you are depleted, you can at least stay quiet. Do you have more to add there, Ron? You said...
Yeah, I was just going to say that, I try to be kind, and I had a whole lot of stuff happen in the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Some friends drive across the country to to live in Portland from Boston, and Kirsten has a couple of job interviews, but other than that, and so I've been helping him find a place to stay. I've got other things going on, and then yesterday I got the offer to be on the board of the Portland Peace Team. It's such an honor. I couldn't. I'm really excited. I would love to do that, but I've turned them down because I would not be able to give them my best.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes what Aviva said is, sometimes if we're truly depleted and we try to respond despite having no more gas in the tank, we might do more harm than we do good.
Absolutely. Sometimes we have to be kind to ourselves first, not push ourselves when we're out of gas. Go ahead, Holly.
So those two things are basically what I was going to say too. I was going to say, when you are depleted and you're trying to be kind, it can come across as disingenuous, and people will feel that, you know.
Yeah.
And so the important thing is to be kind to yourself first, and then do as Aviva suggested. Maybe just be silent.
If you got nothing nice to say.
Yeah, don't say.
And go ahead, Susan. Thank you, Holly.
I just want to describe my husband in his interaction with the homeless man that wanted to give us some money because we didn't have change to get on the trolley. Whenever we were in Boston, homeless people or people in trouble always came up to him. And he'd say, "Why me? Why me?" And I'd say, "You have sucker written right across your forehead." But so that's the type of person he was. And so he went bananas when this man, I was down the Pearl District, right where he came out of, you have counseling office there, and he had come out and offered us money. And then the trolley was there, and we had the kids, and I accepted the money graciously. And anyway, it was just one more example of your homeless people being kind to me. When I would go to Cooch Park with the kids at the playground, and people were kind.
Yeah. Thank you for the endorsement of Portland. People often ask about the weather here in Portland, and I say it's terrible unless you consider the kindness part of the weather.
Right.
Good one.
Yeah.
Dan, you got, and then Missy and Carol and hi,
just some wording that occurred to me for that quote.
Yeah.
After give it to them, I would say something like, to the best of your ability at the time.
That works. And I would add a little footnote on that, which the best of your ability never includes yelling.
What does kindness at the time with the weather mean?
Wait, hold on one second, Marilyn. To the best of your ability. Dan, you finish it up, and then we're going to take Marilyn's question on it.
To the best of your ability at the time.
At the time. Marilyn, you asked a question.
I didn't understand what you said about the Portland weather, about the kindness part.
Oh, the weather is terrible here unless I include the weather between people, the kindness that people show, the fact that I can put my blinker on and most of the time somebody lets me merge. It's remarkable.
Yeah. And that you can use a crosswalk. You stop immediately for a crosswalk.
Yeah.
If you ever come to Massachusetts, God, don't ever cross, even in a crosswalk right away. We're not kind that way.
I was at a four-way stop. I was on my bike, and there was another bike that came, and I said, "You go ahead." And he said, "It wasn't a four-way stop. It was two stop signs and a light." I said, "You go ahead," and he said, "You must be native of Portland because you have the right of way." It's like, that's what we did. There is something to be said about kindness breeds kindness. And I think that's what Susan was talking about, is that if somebody is kind to you, you feel that. And it lifts us up. So everyone with whom we interact wants kindness, compassion, and love. Give it to them to the best of your ability at the time, because it also helps you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Missy. Then Carol, then Steph.
Well, interesting. The drivers are one of the things that are my spiritual barometer. How angry I get at people who stop in the block, the intersection, and turning, the light's not going to give them a green. But in response to what Diana was asking, so my feeling is it is much more depleting for me to be unkind and unloving and incompassionate. It wears me out way more than the other way does. The other way lifts me up.
Yeah.
So even depleted, it just depletes me more if I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead, Carol.
The President of the United States says empathy is weakness.
Yeah.
His Vice President said, no, empathy is toxic.
Yeah. They are using empathy. I just read an article about it. They're using empathy in a way that we don't use the word. To us, that makes no sense whatsoever. There's a book right now. It's on a bestseller list called Toxic Empathy. Empathy is toxic, something like that. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
I just say one thing. Language is very important.
Yes, it
Do
is.
not speak of where the immigrants are now as Alligator Alcatraz. Alcatraz is for prisoners. This is a concentration camp.
Correct.
Do not use the word alligator because it makes you think the prisoners are
reptiles
or dangerous. It's the environment and the whole thing. Call it what it is. This is a concentration camp.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Steph.
Hi, this is my first time here.
You're welcome to be here.
About it roundabout, and I'm really glad that you still called on me. Yeah, I really love this discussion. It's good to be around people that I identify with instead of sometimes I'm not in that environment. So can you put up the original statement again so I can read it, because I am very visual.
Everyone with whom you interact.
And those people, I think, no matter how they're interacting with you, they still want compassion, kindness, and love.
Right. Especially the grouches.
Yeah. So
it's really hard, though, Steph. It's really hard to be kind to a grouch. They need more love than anyone else. But it's really hard. Keep going, Steph. I jumped on where you were talking.
Just two things. One, when I have a call with, say, somebody from Verizon, sometimes the first thing I say is, I'm really mad and it's not at you. Just
That's
so you know.
That's a very kind thing to say. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And the other part is that I pay a price for my kindness, though, sometimes. In those people that are really angry and you're kind, they do see it as a weakness. Yeah. And I have had a lot of people take advantage of me because my being good to them is more important to them than their being good to me.
Yeah.
And their well-being has always been more important than mine, and I'm switching that because I get to be kind to everybody,
including you.
Yeah.
Amen. Just ran a question. How many of you find it easier to be kind to others than it is to be kind to yourself?
Probably. Depends
just like
on the
everybody?
day.
Yeah, okay. Just seeing that. I'm going to get to you in a second, Ruth. I wanted to bring in another quote before we did. They asked, I found this on the internet, they asked, why is it important to be kind? And the little squiggle in red is whose page this is from. It's not words. So why is it important to be kind? I said, because we walk past hundreds of people every day. None of them wear signs that say, I'm grieving, I'm exhausted, or I'm barely holding it together. But they're everywhere. Kindness might be the only softness they receive today. Why is it important to be kind? Because nobody's telling you they're in pain. And you might be the only person who's kind to them that day. Go ahead, Ruth.
I walk around New York City with a walker now, and I have been stunned by the kindness of the people on the street, in the buses, wherever I go. If I'm on a street corner and I'm waiting for the light, somebody walks me across the street. It's just, yes, I'm a little old lady, but New Yorkers have a reputation for being cold, and they're not.
I agree. I agree with you.
And it's so touching. I cannot begin to tell you.
I'm so glad to hear that, Ruth.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Anne. Thank you, Ruth.
I have started not answering the phone if it is an unidentified number, with a couple exceptions, and that is if it is an area code outside of ours that we have medical professionals in, it might be them calling. Gotta just take a chance. And sometimes I will get, hello? Oh, we are so sorry to tell you that your PayPal account has been hacked, and okay, I do not have a PayPal account, neither does my husband. And I will listen for a couple of seconds when I see what's going on. I will say, honey, I don't have a PayPal account, and I really think that what you're doing is against the law. And I think you better check that out with either a police department or a lawyer, because I don't want to see you going to jail. Honey,
I love that, Anne. I also love, Anne, that you call them honey. Right? There's kindness right there.
I do.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. Maria, you have your hand up.
I do. I going from the quote, right? Kindness is the only thing someone might receive. I saw a bumper sticker once, and I don't remember it exactly, but it sort of addressed that in that it said, if you're having a rough day sort of thing, here's a hug, and just to let you know that someone is thinking of you sort of thing. So I just thought it was really nice.
What a world this would be if everyone was kind.
Well, I have this crazy idea.
Yeah.
I got at least 41 people plus the people watching live on Facebook. So we got at least 45 people. We got 2 people in some boxes. We got, let's say, 50 people. I think 50 people can make a difference. If you have it in you, extra kind. I'm going to tell a little story, then I'm going to get to Rebecca, then Chad and Lisa. I was on Tuesday in a somewhat foul mood. Stopped at Starbucks. There's a guy and his dog outside Starbucks. And I realized, I don't really want a coffee. I just need to use Starbucks' Wi-Fi for a meeting. So I asked the guy, what can I get you? And he says, what do you mean? I said, what do you want? And I got him a caramel frappuccino, and his dog, I didn't know that they give it's called a pup cup. It's a little cup filled with whipped cream that Starbucks gives out to dogs. It's very sweet. And I felt so much, I just felt great after giving him the coffee that I didn't want to have a coffee. I felt great. The kindness, it works. That's it. A little endorsement for kindness. Let's go with Rebecca, then Chad and Lisa.
2 things. One, I'm reminded that the prophet Micah said, do kindness
Yeah.
love justice, and walk humbly with your God. And I love that. It's probably my religion. I would just say that every time we have to be on a call to get some help, whether it's with whatever, we all end up with some, if we're lucky, some human that tries to help us with the problem. And I always end the call with saying, "You have been so kind and so helpful. Do you have a supervisor close by?" And and they say, "Oh, okay." And hold on. And they put the supervisor on, and the supervisor is so happy for the kindness, because she says all we get is complaints. And this is so wonderful to hear that somebody's really happy with our work. So I just wanted to share that. It's an easy way that you can pass happiness on. And
Thank you, Rebecca. I think I don't ever give homework, but I don't know that I can't say that Rebecca doesn't ever give homework. So next week, Rebecca's going to be checking. Go ahead, Chad and Lisa.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so there's that term, killing them with kindness.
Yeah.
And so, like, when somebody is being nasty to you or just not very nice, they think you're going to respond the same way. They expect you to, like, argue or come back with something, and when you come back with something kind or something like that, they don't know what to do. They're just like, they weren't expecting it, so they're like, it shuts them down. Because if you come back with something for them, they're just going to come back, it's just going to start an argument. But if you just kind of blow it off and act like it doesn't bother me and say something nice, they don't know what to do.
Oscar Wilde.
Coworkers and stuff, whenever they take a jab at you or something, it's like, it just shuts it down, kind of.
Yeah. There's a quote from Oscar Wilde. He says, "Be kind to your enemies. It really confuses them."
Yeah.
And a related one from Mark Twain, he said, "Never argue with an idiot," or I could say, never argue with someone who's unkind. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with years of experience.
Wow.
Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, I was just going to repeat Rebecca's, there is, Micah, I think it's 6:3.
No.
She has shown the old man what is good, that is to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly by God.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah.
That's everything to me.
Thank you.
Alma, go ahead, my friend. Thank you, Ron.
I'm being reminded of something that happened a while ago. When I drove to work every morning, I would pass a young man driving in the opposite direction, and I automatically gave him a smile and a wave. It really saddened me when he said to me one day when we actually met, "I look forward to you every day when you give me that smile and wave, because it's the only smile I get all day."
Wow.
And I felt so sad. But I thought, I didn't even know I was doing something that was good for him.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things we do unconsciously. And very often we don't realize how much our actions, our kind actions, rebound.
Thank you. It's kindness for kindness leads to more kindness. It just does. The math is easy.
Can I just say,
yeah.
There's a saying, and I'm not quite sure I've got it exactly right. I know the end bit's right. A person won't remember what you said to him, won't remember what you did to him, but he will always remember how you made him feel.
It's a quote from Maya Angelou, which, funny enough, I have coming into the newsletter. This week's going to be an off week, but I'll give you a preview. It's right there in the middle. I've learned that people will forget what you said. I have to fix the spelling there. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. It should be them. I'll fix that as well. It's a beautiful quote. I have a few announcements to make. One, it's a William James quote. He says, there are 3 important things in life. The first is to be kind. The second is to be kind. And the third is to be kind. Other announcements. Thank you for coming. I needed this today. I woke up in a pretty sour, sad place. And I need a little bit of extra kindness today and community. So thank you all for being here. It helps me. This announcement, anyone who feels the need to say it out loud to remind themselves, please go ahead and do so.
It's okay not to be okay.
Not to be okay.
Okay, not to be okay.
Here's the opposite side of it, is what I said to myself this morning. I'm okay.
I'm okay, and that's enough.
And that's enough. We talked about last week all the things that our society abhors, and being okay with enoughness, being okay and feeling enough is counter to Costco. We have enough. We're okay. Other announcements. If you want to join Tuesday at this same link at 11 o'clock Pacific time, is my office hours. You're welcome to show up if you have a question to ask or something. You want just a little extra community on Tuesday at 11 Pacific time, please join. Other announcement, we have a support group. If you are in need, if you are a caregiver and giving support on a regular basis to someone and you want a support group, we have a support group for that. Put your name in the chat, an email in the chat, and we'll have somebody follow up with you. If you would like to be on the Religion Outside the Box contact list, please put something in the chat as well. We'll make sure to put you on give you the form to join the contact list, so you can, here's a crazy thing. You can even text somebody and say, hey, I could use a little kindness right now. Mind texting me back? I'll give you 2 to 4 odds that 2 to 3 odds that somebody will text you back if you reach out asking for kindness. Other announcements. Anyone who's listed as a co-host is a safe person to ask individual questions to. If it's your first time here, we do, after the recording stops in about 10 minutes, we break into small discussion groups. The first one you should go to if you've never been here before is Maria's Welcome Center RE Tool Shed. We also have a deep dive group. Meg, are you running our deep dive group today?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you, Meg. We have a poetry room. Ron, you're poetrying us today?
I'm poetrying on kindness.
On kindness. And am I missing a group today? Oh, and the Little Rabbi's room. If you want to stop by and say hi to me for a minute, you're welcome to do that as well. And that's it for my announcements. Maria, do you have a list of, I know you have a list of names. I'm not going to ask, do you have a list of names for whom we would like to offer prayers? Maria, would you please lead us through some prayers? Prayer time.
These are the people to whom we are sending light and love. Alex and John, Bill and Karen, Reed, Sheridan H., Arulane Hill, Ebony, Beth Carney, Brenda, all women who are survivors of sexual assault, Scott, Horatio Meyer, Irma P., Raphael family, Kirsten and Maggie, and John F. If there is another person in our community to whom we can offer light and love, please put their name in the chat and I will add them to the list on Facebook. And for the people who aren't named but who are in our thoughts, we send them light and love as well.
Thank you, Maria. We'll take a minute right now. Thank you for that minute. Everyone with whom you interact wants compassion, kindness, and love. Give it to them. That's it. I'll zoom in on one word there. Well, let's have a little refresher. Oh, I still have some hands up. Dan and then Holly. Let me pull back. Go ahead, Dan.
One way you can be kind is to financially support your spiritual religious organizations and leaders that you get a lot from to the extent of your abilities.
Well, now that you've said that, Dan, it reminds me that this is a religious organization to whom people might be able to make contributions. If you go to rotb.org, please, a lot of people who come regularly make monthly donations, and those are really appreciated. And thank you, Dan, because I'm getting better at asking for help. This is free, but of course it's not free. There's a lot that goes into making this happen. So thank you all for helping. And Dan, really glad I called on you. Holly, you had something to add in. Did you have something to add in?
I just wanted to bring up a point of that sometimes when we know that we should be kind and we fail to do so, that can have implications. There was a young man at a bus stop, was wearing no shoes, and he looked like he'd had a bad night, and he mentioned something about my shoes. I was wearing red shoes at the time, and he said, "I like your red shoes," and I said, "Thank you." And I was headed to a meeting, and I felt that was very important, and I was nice to him, but I really feel like at this point, later I was like, I should have just missed the meeting and found out what was going on with him. And I think about him all the time. I mean, I failed to be kind in that moment, and I think about it a lot.
Oh, good. I'm going to call on myself. Me. Good. Thank you. Responding to you, Holly, and to everybody. When we make a mistake, which we all do, we can be kind to ourselves that we made a mistake. Kicking our ass for having made a mistake. I lost my French horn case. You know why? Because I left it at the Pride parade behind a tent, and I didn't go back immediately after I was in the parade to get my case. I just left. I was like, oh, it will be fine. It wasn't. And I beat myself up for a bit until this beautiful, wonderful woman who lives right upstairs here, she said, I know this rabbi who talks about being kind to yourself when you make a mistake. We just need to be kind to ourselves when we make a mistake. I will do a little quick review on, and if we do a review because sometimes we need to learn this again. When we make a mistake, what does it feel like when we make a mistake? It feels like nothing. It feels regular. Because if you knew it was a mistake, you wouldn't have done it. Catherine Schultz talks about it this way. In the cartoons, there was always Wile E. Coyote, and he's coming towards the edge of the cliff, and he gets past the edge of the cliff, and he gets, and he's, hold on one second, Wendy. Hi, Wendy. That the person goes over the cliff, and then they look straight at the camera, and then they fall. Now, they made the mistake by stepping over the cliff. If they knew it was a mistake, they would not have made it. What does it feel like when we make a mistake? It feels like nothing.
I disagree.
When I left my case behind the volunteer tent, it didn't feel like a bad idea at the time. I'd done it 2 years in a row. Go ahead, Maria. Help me out.
No, I disagree because sometimes I know something is wrong and I still do it. Maybe because I'm in a bad mood and I'm daring the universe to do it again or something like that.
Okay. Maybe this isn't always true. Are you allowed then to be kind to yourself for having made this mistake that you knew you should have made?
No. Not so much, but you know.
A little bit? A little bit of forgiveness? A little more possibly than you're...
Right?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we do like to live with our problems. That's true.
Yeah.
Bob, go ahead.
Making mistakes are often looked at as being bad. Actually, making mistakes, excuse me, are good because that's how we learn.
Absolutely, Bob. Thank you. Thank you. Missy?
When you asked at the beginning of the service something from last week, what I had written down was someone needs who you are becoming.
Yeah.
This thing about being kind to ourselves is part of our becoming, I think.
Being
it's
kind
how we
to
get. It's how we.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that, Missy, because here's the last quote we're going to use today. Each of you is perfect the way you are, and you could use a little improvement. Each of you is perfect the way that you are, and we could all use a little improvement. I'm going to put everybody back up on the screen. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you all for joining. I hope to see you next week.
Do you see my hand up?